You're listening to New England Real Estate Journal Radio with Rick Kaplan, New England source for commercial real estate news. This is New England Real Estate Journal Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
Welcome to the New England Real Estate Journal Radio Show. I'm Rick Kaplan with my co-host Eric Wilson. And you know what? We have another great show for you.
Another great show today.
And the show today is brought to you by the New England Real Estate Journal, bringing together the commercial real estate industry for over 50 years. Find us at nerej.com. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor for the show, call 800-654-4993 or email us at radio@nerej.com. Again, that's 800-654-4993 or email radio@nerej.com. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Rick. Does the title of the show let you know who brings it to you?
The what?
The New England Real Estate Journal Radio Show, right?
Yeah.
I just find it funny. Like, the show's brought to you by, and it's the same title.
And we have a guest in the studio today is Nardine Bellew. She's the president and CEO of General Safety Services. And they have a lot of things that they offer, not just window cleaning and window safety equipment. But we'll get into that in the interview.
Nice.
So what did we do last week, Eric?
What did we do last week? We went to a great groundbreaking down in Central Falls, Rhode Island, and for the M residential units. That was really cool. We get to meet Teo Real Estate Group and with East West Bank.
And Teo Real Estate Group, I mean, they have a lot of things going on.
Yeah, they do. I mean, they're building a ton. They're trying to redevelop mainly all around I think it's Blackstone River.
Right, along the river,
right,
in that area.
And they're trying to make it extend a bike path all the way down. They have a very young mayor and a very young EDC that are rejuvenating the area, trying to bring the millennials there. So that was really cool, kind of see how they're taking a old mill city like Central Falls and trying to renovate it and reestablish it as a destination to go.
Those apartments they were doing, though, they were very nice.
Yeah, they were. There was 2 bedrooms.
All high-end kind of stuff.
Of course. You know, that's what millennials want.
They said
high-end
a couple
and
of
convenience.
Bruins lived there as well.
Yeah, they did, which is cool. They didn't give any names out, so stalkers can't go.
Right.
But
yeah, that's right.
After they win the championship, you'll see a bunch of people hanging outside N Residential, Rick. They're like, let me see the trophy.
It's a great place to go.
But that was really cool. We got to go check that out. And I believe the day after we did something you went to the
I went to
Sherwin-Williams
had a seminar networking event that they had in Boston at the BSA, and it was very nice. They had a lot of great products, and we're going to have Sherwin-Williams. Someone from Sherwin-Williams will be on our show.
Nice.
Talk about these products, because these products fit in quite a lot of different applications that fit to the commercial real estate industry.
Right.
Hospitality, hospitals.
That was a big word for you, applications. I can't believe you slid it in there.
You know,
you slid in there so confidently, Rick.
At night I go home and I practice all my
yeah, I know you do. I noticed is that you take your radio show serious, and I appreciate that.
You like that?
Yeah, that was really good how you fit that in. Sherwin-Williams is going to be really proud that you gave him a nice little plug there. Yeah, so I mean,
thanks for your vote of confidence, Eric.
You're welcome.
It means so much.
You know how I do it.
So we also had last week our commercial.
The real estate guide came
out. That
features 6 brokerage directories for all of the states here in New England that we cover, and there's also expert articles on each of the. It's almost like a biannual review plus the guide with the brokerage directories, so it does give you
and it's a good book if you keep it year round.
Yeah,
it has the listings of a lot of.
Anybody you want.
Yeah, a lot
it's a huge lead thing.
People in the industry.
Right. As well as, like I said, it breaks it down in specific topics that are, that we're focusing on in 2014, and a lot of expert writers, gave their opinions. And so there's a lot of good articles in there as well.
One of the other things before I forget, and I do that quite frequently, our YouTube channel.
Yeah. NERE Journal.
Yeah. We
broke the 100.
Some of our videos of our show are being viewed by so many people. They're loving us, Eric.
They are. 100 people are loving us. Well, Rick's getting carried away.
That's one show, but if you go to
I
YouTube,
agree. Listen, there's people watching us on YouTube for an hour.
That's true.
As we talk about our radio show.
Now, I don't want to mention any names, but I heard a story about someone that on a Saturday night they had the internet.
Their entire family sitting
down
to watch it on a smart TV.
On a smart TV, they were watching our show.
The Rick and Eric show. They did.
They poured themselves a glass of wine.
They did some popcorn for the kids. It was serious. They sent us a big photo. It was very touching. So shout out to the Donnell family for sitting down and enjoying us on a Saturday night in last week's episode. So that was really fantastic news. As you could tell, Rick's boasting about it. So. He's been flying high all week about that.
Humorous that they would sit and do that.
Right.
I'm glad they did.
Of course. That's because you're humorous, and they probably had a bunch of good laughs for it, Rick. Nothing like bringing the family together around a commercial real estate radio show, right?
Well. We're going to have to go to a break, Eric. I love this banter we have going on, but we have to go to a break.
But we have to do important stuff?
Yeah, we have to get into some important things, and we have to get to our interview with Nardine. But the show today is brought to you by the New England Real Estate Journal, bringing together the commercial real estate industry for over 50 years. Find us at nerej.com. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor for the show, call 800-654-4993 or email us at radio@nerej.com. Again, that's 800-654-4993 or email radio@nerej.com, and we'll be right back on Money Matters Radio Network.
The next level in commercial real estate. This is New England Real Estate Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan with my co-host Eric Wilson. And today's show is brought to you, the interview is brought to you by New England Restaurant Brokers, recognized leader in the sale of food and liquor businesses for over 30 years. New England Restaurant Brokers, team of restaurant specialists, have sold hundreds of food and liquor businesses. If you are looking to buy, sell, or develop a food or liquor business, call New England Restaurant Brokers at 617-721-9655 or go to nerestaurantbrokers.com. Again, that's New England Restaurant Brokers at 617-721-9655 or email nerb@comcast.net. That's nerb@comcast.net. And we have in the studio with us is Nardine Bellew. I apologize, I was saying Bellew, but it's Bellew, President and CEO of General Safety Services. Hello, Nardine.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
So tell us a little bit about General Safety Services. What is it all about?
Well, General Safety Services is a building exterior maintenance company who supplies equipment and safety mainly to the window washing industry.
And is that a big need? We don't know that much about window washing. I don't know much about washing anything, but you could explain a little.
Scud missile joke. Scud missile.
Well, in the commercial real estate industry, we have a lot of buildings out here, as you know, and they all need their windows washed.
Right.
Mainly to keep tenants happy so they can see out the windows, and also to help prevent damage to their windows.
Right.
So our employees wash the windows and need fall protection to hang safely from most of these buildings.
Right.
So that's what we do. We design and fabricate and install fall protection for them.
Now, what's that, a rope around their waist? Hoist them down?
Believe it or not, a rope around the waist has happened in the industry before.
Right.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
And that's what we're trying to prevent.
How did you get into this, Nardine? How did you become the safety consultant for the window washing industry?
Well, years ago, I worked as an office manager for a building maintenance company, and I used to give advice to the owner who didn't take my advice, so I thought I could do it better. And I started a high-rise window washing company, brought my son in. He was a teenager at the time, and realized big mistake because, he was kind of crazy and didn't take safety seriously. They thought they were infallible. So I started to research fall protection and discovered about fall protection and anchors and window washing systems to keep mainly my son safe.
Right.
And after that, I started to get into designing systems and engineering them.
Wow.
So we do it all now, and my son is still here with us,
Nice.
and that's how it went.
So what are some of the protection systems that are in place? Are they hydraulic systems or,
rope pulley, like
pulley?
with the
what is
like paintings?
Well,
things, like what do they call those? Almost like a scaffolding.
Scaffolding.
But scaffolding.
What holds the scaffolding up is davit bases and davit arms. Sometimes you drive down the road and you can see these big arms coming over the side of a building holding the scaffolding. We install and design those systems to hold that, and personal fall protection that who's using it has to be tied off to something separate just in case of failure. And also hands-free systems for just workers on the roof. It's evolved from just window washing into anyone on the rooftop needs safety.
Right.
Because you can't go within 15 feet of a roof edge without something tying you back.
Right.
I can't go on that close to
Yeah,
Yeah, it is
he'd be
quite
laying down,
scary.
he's scared. Like, oh my god. Now, do you do this for specifically? When you engineer these systems, do you do it specifically for your window washers, or do you actually do it for other companies that do window washing?
Oh, yeah. Well, mostly we do it for buildings or general contractors.
Okay.
The building owners want to keep people safe on the roofs because they want to lessen their liability.
Of course.
And so they will install systems or not do window washing. If you can't do the windows from the ground and it's more than 3 stories, then you need to have something to do it from the roof.
No, that must be a requirement.
It is.
Because I would think OSHA probably wouldn't allow you to be having people hanging off the side of your roof.
Don't worry, you don't have to worry about liability. You can hang out here with a
So
rope.
everything you do has to be OSHA approved.
It's an ANSI standard that the window washing industry goes by, but there are OSHA regulations that you have to protect a worker from any falls more than 6 feet. So everybody out there, all the building owners and general industry has to protect their workers or any vendors that are working on their property also. So it's evolved from just window washing safety to everyone's safety, and mainly HVAC people on the roof or roofers. Anybody needs to tie off somewhere safe. Their mothers require them to come home at night.
So
it's not just OSHA, it's mothers as well.
Mothers, yes.
So you actually, this is what your systems go across multiple applications. So really, building owners it could be, even to replace windows or any kind of building maintenance needs to be tied off. So this is the kind of systems you build.
Yes.
And what is your geographic cover? Do you Boston, Massachusetts mainly, Rhode Island?
We do work all over New England, and we've done work in New York, Chicago. We'll go anywhere.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So you have must have a crew that goes out and they specialize in this type of installation.
We do. We're iron workers.
About how long is the installation of something like that?
Well, it could be anywhere between a few days to months when you work for general contractors, because everything on new construction is, slow.
So
you got to get the permits.
But when they're doing an installation of this equipment, most likely the equipment is not there. Correct?
Correct.
So
how do they
stay safe?
Right. Well, they devise temporary fall protection. The iron workers and the people building buildings have all kinds of methods to do that. And believe me, they're very serious about it. So they always protect themselves.
So they have some type of harness.
Yeah, temporary system.
Everyone's tethered to something.
Yeah.
And how much space does this take on the roof?
Well, the anchors themselves aren't very big, but they can't ever be more than 12 feet apart. So it depends on what application. If you want to do window washing, you have to have access to the windows. So there's a design, it's designed for that. Mm-hmm. And if it's to protect HVAC or mechanical people, it's designed for that. So it can be anywhere from small, a couple of anchors, to 30, 40 pieces, sometimes more.
Oh, now, you also do the inspections of these safety systems.
Yes, we test them and certify them. Every anchor is load tested.
So you have to have some kind of authority to be able to give that certification.
Yes, we use a PE. A structural engineer has to witness our load test.
And what is the requirement on the inspection? Is it every 2 or 3 years or every year? How do they do that?
They have to be visually inspected every year by a competent person, and then every 10 years load tested to 2,500 pounds.
Oh, so I couldn't get on one of those.
No, you're not competent. Oh, I thought you meant you couldn't be an inspector. Yeah. So how many pounds was that again?
2,500 pounds.
For each anchor?
Each anchor.
Okay.
Right.
I'm sorry.
The ultimate load factor is 5,000 pounds. It has to sustain 5,000 pound ultimate load. So if someone falls, that's the average man's weight would cause 5,000 pounds on that anchor.
Oh,
so
wow.
a building has 4 sides.
Usually.
Do you have
most of the time.
So you have to put the system in place on all 4 sides?
Yes.
Or is it movable?
Well, no, they're not movable. They're permanent.
Anchor.
But I'm wondering if you put the anchors down and then you just detach the equipment, and if you could move it from
yes.
side to side.
If it's a staging, yes, that's what they do. Mm-hmm. They move the staging around to different areas, but the davit arms and the davit bases stay
anchored
still.
in the spot.
Mm-hmm. And the personal fall protection is always in the same place. It's
so there
permanent.
are systems that you would have to put 4 different systems in on a building.
Well, that's the equipment part of it. That's not what we do. We don't supply the equipment.
Oh, okay. So
we just supply
the system.
We just supply it's anchored to.
Okay.
So
they have they have an anchoring system, then they have to go out and purchase their own.
Yeah.
And how does the equipment? Is the equipment running? Is it electrical? Does it
swing stage? Yes, it's electric, and there's different types that they have motors. You sometimes see that they failed because and one side is fallen down and the other side is up. They're electric, and you need skilled guys to maneuver them. But most of the time, the windows are done by a bosun chair, and that's mainly what the use of anchors are for.
Are those guys crazy? They're sitting in this little chair, washing windows 50 stories up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would think they are a bit crazy.
It is. I mean, I can only imagine when I see, you drive through the city and you see some of these tall glass buildings by, the Prudential Center, and you're like, how many people are washing those windows? That must take a week to wash, because I know you're not moving fast through windows. You're not like, I could get this no problem. You're not like Danny's son doing the paint in the fence in Karate Kid.
But I have seen buildings where they have a tracking system alongside the whole building, where these almost like a staging. It's just rides up and down.
Rides up and down.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's what. But I mean, that's going to take you all day. If you went one window 12 stories straight down, I mean, that's definitely going to have to.
Need a big squeegee.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's going to take you a long time. So I imagine it's going to be a very competitive business, very big.
It is very competitive, and it's a very large industry. There's a lot of windows to clean out there.
Right.
And there aren't that many qualified companies to do it.
Right.
So how can it be so competitive if there's not that many companies out there? And I to be honest with you, didn't think there would be that many companies competing because of the type of work it is.
Type of work, but how long each job probably takes. And if you have, 1,000 buildings in just the greater Boston area, now you're talking, that's a lot of business that's there. I can imagine. I mean, I'm just throwing out numbers. I'm not sure if they're.
But not all the buildings wash their windows. That's the problem.
That is an awful statement to say.
By the way, nowadays they build all these buildings with all the big glass.
I know.
I mean, they have to wash them.
Well, you would think they would have to,
especially if you're in you have a 50-story building with the smog and everything else. I mean, they have to get really dirty.
They do. They really do.
So, I mean, after a while, if they don't clean those windows, you're not seeing outside.
Right.
Unless you like, the smoked vision. Everybody likes to go, it looks like there's smoke outside. No, so that's your window.
Yeah, I mean, that's... And now, all these apartment buildings, they're building with the big windows as well.
Of course.
Right.
So, I mean, apartment buildings, that must be a whole new thing.
Yeah, that's... It is new. It's... residential, but it's also commercial.
Right.
The
multifamily.
Yeah, it's a whole new area for us to delve into.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. So
you must be excited also with all the new construction that's going on. They're redeveloping
the city is
the whole
booming
area.
In construction.
Right, so that must open up business 2-3 years down the road. I mean, maybe a year, depending on when they start close the deal and start renting these places out.
Right, because all the new construction, that's what I'm saying. All the new construction, even residential, is mostly high-rises, are all windows.
Yeah.
That's the selling feature.
Yes,
they
it's
have.
a wonderful world out here in Boston.
I mean, the catering, did you have something to do with all this?
I did. I put in my order for more business.
But your company doesn't just do windows,
which
is kind of a strange thing to say, because I don't do windows. But, so you do other things.
Yes.
You pipe supports, masonry, waterproofing, testing, and certification of the other. Well, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we'll get more into that as well. Okay? The interview is brought to you by the New England Restaurant Brokers, recognized leader in the sale of food and liquor businesses for over 30 years. New England Restaurant Brokers, team of restaurant specialists, have sold hundreds of food and liquor businesses. If you're looking to buy, sell, or develop a food or liquor business, call New England Restaurant Brokers at 617-721-9655 or go to nerestaurantbrokers.com. Again, that's New England Restaurant Brokers at 617-721-9655 or email nerb@comcast.net. That's nerb@comcast.net, and we'll be right back on Money Matters Radio Network.
Rick Kaplan and Eric Wilson, right here on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan with my co-host Eric Wilson. Everyone should know that by now.
All those people watching us on that YouTube channel, NERE Journal, see me here.
And our second part of our interview with Nardine Bellew from General Safety Services is brought to you by Command Security Corporation. Is the nation's most trusted and experienced provider of affordable contract security services. Command Security Corporation, with offices nationwide and operations at numerous major international airports, they provide complete, customized, and cost-effective security solutions for industries, businesses, institutions, and organizations of all sizes. To find out how Command Security Corporation can solve your security needs, contact John Dunleavy at 800-791-9102 or go to commandsecurity.com. That's John Dunleavy at 800-791-9102 or go to commandsecurity.com. And we're back with Nardine Bellew, and we're going to talk a little more about some of the additional things your company does, as well as the pipe supports. Now,
what does pipe supports mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, do you know what your muffler system is held up with? Pipe supports.
I don't.
Yes, I'm going to say we're very layman in the terms of anything mechanical.
I see that.
Yes.
we would be the people that would call your company.
Right. So pipe support is basically the brace system in order for your piping system to move through?
Yes. We don't supply the piping system. We just supply the pipe supports. We teamed up with Newman Associates, who's one of the largest suppliers of pipe supports in the East Coast, and we teamed up with them and ended up winning a big contract for the Blue Water Waste Treatment Plant in Washington, D.C., the biggest purchase order we ever had.
Nice. Congratulations.
So you actually have the installation teams, more or less, for these type of...
No, I'm just a distributor
I
of
see. So
the
you're
pipe
the
supports.
distributor of
Yes,
these
yes.
pipes.
They're fabricated at Newman, and who also fabricates our anchor systems.
Right.
So it's just kind of a natural
Right.
progression to add services to our company.
So the supports would be like for a water treatment facility,
Right.
where it would keep the piping above the ground, or
Yes.
So-
Keep it in place.
Right,
So
so
it
it's
doesn't move. Then if they're high, they're all designed, engineered for that particular system.
Mm-hmm.
So there's large ones, there's small ones. They come in all different types.
So what type of business?
So your business is very customizable, whether you're talking
Everything
about the
is
wishing,
custom.
yeah,
Right,
whether you're
but
talking
what
about the
type
safeties.
of business would be using that type of a product besides like a water treatment plant?
Mechanical companies, people who do all the HVAC and the mechanicals in a new building and new construction. These are very needed items. So
you're saying like so it doesn't have to
A
be
brewery.
well, anyone who needs a
Pipe. You got pipes.
if
You got pipes, and you're
if you
moving
need
things
to
through
support
pipes.
your
Yeah.
pipe, call us.
If you're piping anything,
I'm just trying
you
to
see a support system, Rick.
But I'm trying to get an idea of what you would use this.
Well, we don't have all day.
No, but I mean, so I'm when you said water treatment, I'm thinking of these enormous big.
Yes,
pipes.
some of them are enormous. Some
But-
of them are huge, 2 feet
Right.
in width. Some are as small as a little pipe that comes out
So
of
you're
your
talking
sink.
like, let's say someone has a big commercial building and they have the pipes that would run through the whole building.
Through the whole building.
There would be supports that you would supply for that.
To the
type of
mechanical
installation.
contractors who would attach their piping to the walls. Or
Okay.
Now, did you get into this the same way, kind of with the window washing and the fall prevention? Is that how you got to this pipe support in order to keep the people safe that walk underneath them or work around them?
Not really.
More to keep the water safe, or the way they're pumping?
I
Nice.
moved my company into this building I share with Newman and Westwood Systems, who are my fabricators of anchors. And I just saw an opportunity to sell and distribute their product. So because I'm in buildings everywhere,
Right.
and it just is something else
And
I
that
Did
can
you meet
provide.
them after you moved into the building you share with them, and then you started working, or did you already
No,
work
we-
with them because of the fall prevention, and then you moved in there?
Right. I moved in, they had open space, and it was an opportunity, and I took it.
Nice.
And from there, it's grown. And with them, we teamed up and got this huge contract from, I think it's a government contract, actually. And
Well,
it's
who's the check come from?
a private contractor working for the federal government.
Always.
Yes.
Well, if there's a check that comes, then you know it's not from the government. Those usually never come.
And what are some of the other things? I saw the testing and conditioning.
Testing and certification of our anchor systems and others' anchor systems. If you have any fall protection system on your roof, you need it tested before someone should hang from it. Mm-hmm. So we do that, and
not just for your own test, not just for your own designs, but
Right.
you'll go to anybody's designs and test them.
Anybody's,
Okay.
right. If it's an existing system, it still needs to be tested and certified
Right.
before you can allow someone to hang from it.
Right.
So we do that. We offer that, and we also offer masonry.
Yeah, that's another thing. Masonry and waterproofing. Mm-hmm.
Right.
So what,
for like sides of
buildings.
Really?
Yes, sure. Right now we're working at Neponset Landing, putting up a storage shed under their garage for them, and doing it out of concrete block. And
so almost like you're also a contractor.
yes, we are a
things-
contractor. Yes, we are definitely a contractor.
And so what would the waterproofing be?
Waterproofing, we can waterproof a building so that it doesn't leak.
Oh, you mean
I
proofing
didn't
for
think it was
water?
Supposed to leak.
No, like
They're
probably
not, but
sealants
there's
and things
porous
like that.
materials
Right.
that a lot of buildings are made from, or there's cracks, or,
So it would be mainly the structure, not like the roofing.
the structure, not the roofing.
Right.
We don't do roofing.
And you also do
Why
the
not?
renovating.
That's,
I know,
you do it
yeah.
every
That's
day.
obviously the next progression.
You never know.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So you'll build like, say they want a brick facade. You guys to do something like that. Not so much as like a renovation, like a full-on construction project.
Right.
But just the
Just
sidings.
a restoration, or to fix cracks, leaks, anything like that. Small flat work we do, sidewalks,
Right.
steps, things like that.
Oh, very interesting.
Very interesting.
It's all like building exterior envelope
Right.
maintenance.
And you do all the certification for the safety equipment.
Right.
And where's your office at?
Canton, Mass.
Canton, Mass.
And if someone would like to get a hold of you,
Right.
Nardine,
Or learn more information about GSS.
You can go to www.generalsafetyservices.com, or you can call us at 781-381-2835.
And again, that is?
781-381-2835.
She can take your job.
just like
right?
a pro.
Yeah, just like a pro.
We want to thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
the
thank you
show.
so much
Thank
for coming
you
in
for
today.
having me.
And that was Nardine Bellew, and she's the president and CEO of General Safety Services. So if you need window washing, or you need installation of safety equipment for window
Or
washing, or testing, or pipe supports,
Certifications.
and masonry and waterproofing, call Nardine.
Do you remember that number, Rick?
It had a few numbers I can't remember.
Put you right on the spot. So he
What's
does
that
forget.
number again, Nardine?
781-381-2835.
And I still don't remember. The interview is brought to you by Command Security Corporation, is the nation's most trusted and experienced provider of affordable contract security services. Command Security Corporation, with offices nationwide and operations at numerous major international airports, they provide complete, customized, and cost-effective security solutions for industries, businesses, institutions, and organizations of all sizes. To find out how Command Security Corporation can solve your security needs, contact John Dunleavy at 800-791-9102 or go to commandsecurity.com. That's John Dunleavy at 800-791-9102 or go to commandsecurity.com. And we'll be right back on Money Matters Radio Network.
Rick Kaplan is right here on the Money Matters Radio Network.
Welcome back to the New England Real Estate Journal radio show. I'm Rick Kaplan with my co-host Eric Wilson. And we have on the phone with us Jill Durant, the Director of Strategic Alliance at the Furniture Trust. And we'll be interviewing with her in a couple of seconds. The interview is brought to you by NEBFM 14. Do you sell to facility managers, building owners, or property managers? See thousands of these decision makers at the Northeast Buildings and Facilities Management Show, June 18th and 19th at the Boston Convention Center. Go to proexpos.com. That's proexpos.com. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning.
So tell us a little bit about the Furniture Trust.
Oh, well, thanks for having me on.
Well, thank you for coming on.
The Furniture Trust is a company we started back in 2008. We are a nonprofit that is committed to providing sustainable solutions for unwanted office furnishing. So, like, if you were to move from an office building, we would come in and take your unwanted furniture, as long as it was sort of gently used, and we'll take it and donate to other nonprofits that are in need of furniture that they could no other way afford.
And how did the Furniture Trust get started? Was this just a way for to recycle? Did you have yourself?
We actually, one of the founding partners was in the business. They have a Fort Point project management move company, and they just saw a lot of unwanted furniture getting tossed into dumpsters, and the last thing we want is anything to end in a landfill.
Mm-hmm.
So she started talking to other people in the industry, and we networked with other people and decided there was definitely a market to help to recycle this furniture and to, pay it forward.
Right.
So people donate to the Furniture Trust. We're a nonprofit, and then we in turn donate to other nonprofits. So you pay it forward twice.
So do you have any kind of annual events or fundraisers?
I know they just had the Eco Challenge, correct?
We do, yes, we do. We have our big event we started 4 years ago. We do what we call the Eco Carpentry Challenge, and what we do is we reach out to mostly high schools and vocational schools all along in the area, and we offer them a chance to what we call upcycle used furniture. So we'll give them, this year we give them an office suite of furniture, which is typically a desk, a file cabinet, a couple chairs. We threw in some artwork this year, and we tell them to go ahead and make it into something else. And the kids were fantastic. They have great ideas, and we had 7 schools participating this year, and they each made creative, fantastic products that will be reused.
Now, can you give us an example of one of the pieces of furniture that they now they're reconfiguring the piece of furniture?
Right. So what they're doing is they're actually taking apart a desk and sawing or rejigging or hammering, and they can use tools, biscuits, glues, hardware stain. We give them a gift card so they can go to Home Depot and buy paint, and they'll turn it into these fabulous projects. And it's too bad we're not somewhere where I could send, you could show a picture to the radio audience of what they made.
I'll tell you.
Winners,
I'm sorry, Jill. I'll tell you what. If you send us a picture, we could actually plug it. And this show is actually going to be on YouTube as well, so there will be a visual aspect to it. So if you do send us some of those pictures, we'll put them on. That'd be great.
That'd be terrific. Yeah. So the winners, Hopedale, they built what they called the cafeteria island. They talked to the cafeteria women, and they said, we desperately need something where we can keep all our condiments and, everything stored. And they built this fantastic island with a board on it where they can write things, and it has all sorts of compartments for, the silverware, the ketchup, the mustard, and they made this really cool mosaic picture of the women that actually worked there.
Wow! So they took what you said, you gave them a staple, which is basically an office suite, and they turned that into a cafeteria island, and they put the pictures of all the cafeteria workers on it.
Right. They actually cut up the artwork we gave them to use and did this mosaic tiling and turned it into 4 people that mirrored the look of the 4 cafeteria women.
Wow, that's amazing.
So now, that piece of furniture obviously was donated. Do you ever have
all of it?
Ever have projects like that where you would do something with the furniture and they would reconfigure it, and then you'd sell it as almost a piece of art? Because that sounds like it's a piece of art.
Well, what they've done typically in the past, we have had School Medford built something the first year that they used in their art department to sort of display art projects, and we just found out this year that somebody was interested in it and purchased it.
Wow.
So that even went further than paying it forward. That went like 3 times. But,
right.
No, that would be great for auction items.
Yeah, we had one year Taunton built all preschool furniture. and they donated it to a preschool in Taunton. Marshfield made bunk beds. They went to a homeless shelter for little children. It keeps giving and giving, which is, part of our mission.
Now, do these students receive any type of award for doing that project?
They do. So the trust runs the program, and we have 4 categories that we pay money for. Best in class, Hopedale won, they got $2,500. We have a maximum and best reuse of raw materials, so that would mean that Taunton, who happened to win this year, they built a skee ball machine, they built a gaming chair, they built a table, they did artwork. So they made so many things from the product we gave them. They won $1,000 for best commercial application. We have a most unique and creative category, and Youth Build Lawrence won that. They made this gardening table that you can sort of sit at with holes for all your potting things. And a teacher of theirs died 3 days before the project, and they made a memorial bench, and at the end they sort of graffitied out a whole tribute to him on the bench. So that was pretty special. They won $1,000, and our last $1,000 category is best commercial application, meaning what someone built we could really turn around and sell the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And Medford built a full-service bar. It was with 2 stools, and there was an island behind it, and as they were presenting, they hit a button, and out of the island, a TV popped up.
Wow.
Very creative.
Who better to build a bar than high school kids?
I'm sorry?
He said, who better to build a bar than high school kids?
Right, well, again, they were serving root beer and...
Right. That's just a poor joke by Rick. They tend to happen a lot.
And then the 3 other schools that participated also won $250 each for participating.
Wow. So, Jill, let me ask you a question. How do you get these schools?
So we have a host of colleagues that work with me, and we just sort of, dial. We look on the network, we dial for dollars, we call schools and ask them if they're interested in it. The first year was challenging. People didn't really believe that we wanted to give them furniture for free and, help educate their kids, because that's part of our mission too.
Mm-hmm.
Because we want to educate kids about recycling, but we want to give them the chance to, develop their skills that they may not know they have. And when they come to the event, we have them networking with our industry partners that, they may meet and end up working someday. You just don't know.
Right.
So the first year was a bit of a challenge getting people to come on board. We had 4 schools the first year and 4 schools the second year. And now we're up to 7, and we hope next year to be, at least at 10.
So, Jill, if someone is interested and wants to be part of the Furniture Trust, how would they get a hold of you? And do you have a website?
We do. We're actually revamping our website. It's certainly open to business right now. It's thefurnituretrust.org. And I think within the next week to 2 weeks, you'll be seeing a new look from us, but it is there right now.
Nice little plug. Get them all excited for 2 weeks. I hear you.
Yeah.
And they can contact me.
And that's at, 617-721-4993?
No, 617-921.
921.
7443.
Good guess, Eric.
I wasn't even close.
And my email is on the website, but it's jdurant@thefurnituretrust.org.
Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us about the Eco Challenge, Carpentry Challenge, and also the Furniture Trust. It sounds like you guys are doing an amazing job, especially with all the extra office furniture around.
We do, and we'll take 1, 2, 3 offices, or we'll take 10 floors of offices.
Oh.
But if anyone has any questions, they should certainly reach out to us. But we're here to help.
And Jill, if you have any events that you're coming up, we're more than happy to announce them on the air for you as well.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. Right now, we are just doing this one annual event, but we hope to be doing something in the fall. So I will certainly let you guys know. And I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and letting us know about this. Sounds like a great experience for the young kids, and also, like you said, paying it forward twice. It's fantastic stuff. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Jill.
Great. Thank you both. Have a great day.
You too.
That was Jill Durant, Director of Strategic Alliances for the Furniture Trust. And the interview is brought to you by NEBFM 2014. Do you sell to facility managers, building owners, or property managers? See thousands of these decision makers at Northeast Buildings and Facilities Management Show, June 18th and 19th at the Boston Convention Center. Go to proexpos.com. That's proexpos.com. And we'll be right back on Money Matters Radio Network.
It's New England Real Estate Journal Radio on the Money Matters Radio Network and online at moneymattersboston.com.
And we're back on New England Real Estate Journal Radio. I'm Rick Kaplan with my co-host Eric Wilson, and we're coming to a close of another show. I know, I see a little tear.
I'm saddened. That was a great show. I mean, Nardine Bellew gave us a lot of, I said that, Bellew. She gave us a lot of information on the general safety services. And Jill Durant, I mean, I was really excited when she was coming on because I wanted to know more about the Eco Carpeting Challenge. I missed it last week because we were attending events that we were already...
But it was kind of neat that they take all that furniture and have that competition.
Right. I'm surprised it's only 7 schools. I mean, it must be growing. It takes one of those things.
But a lot of schools have gotten rid of their
wood shops and things like that. Right.
Shops are gone.
Right. Well, that's why they probably go after more vocational schools and stuff like that.
You're limited to just the vocational schools.
It was really cool. I can't wait to get some of those photos over, and you guys will see them on our YouTube channel here as I announce them. But some of those winners and some of the projects that came out of that's probably really exciting for us to see. We'll definitely have to give it to our art department because they're into that stuff.
Yeah. So events coming up.
Events coming up May 8th. We'll be touring the State House in New Hampshire. That's on May 8th with IREM. We'll be doing May 22nd, IFMA's having their award show. So you want to check those out, iremboston.org, ifmaboston.org. And that's what I have for there. I know that June 18th, obviously the NEBFM 14, one of our sponsors, is having their great building and facility management show on the 18th and 19th of June. We're having a blowout event up in Meaton, Northern New England on June 11th, and that'll be the Portsmouth Sheraton Hotel. That's going to be a really good event. We have a bunch of different associations coming. Eldorado Stone's promoting, sponsoring it with us, and that's going
to be unbelievable.
Live radio show, not live, but we'll be doing our radio show there from
and the Sheraton in
Portsmouth.
In Portsmouth,
right?
Just redid the whole thing.
So because they knew we were coming.
Yeah.
It was specific. No, I'm just kidding.
And people have asked us, when are you going to have an event up in the north?
It was forever, yeah.
Now we're doing it for you.
Right.
So we have a lot of people from Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont.
And also Northern Mass. A lot of Northern Mass are going up there because they do a lot of Southern New Hampshire, Northern Mass type of crossover. So, yeah, it's going to be a big turnout. And I'll be excited to see all of our viewers and listeners there at the show.
Yes, now we have quite a few viewers because
our YouTube channel
is on YouTube, and we have the YouTube shows, the radio shows being videoed.
Yeah, so not only do you get to hear us in your car, you can watch us from your couch. And you are lucky. We aim to please.
Entertainment for the whole family.
It is. Thank you. Shout out again to Nell family. Popcorn and wine, watching us on a Saturday night. Right. I mean, when your whole family's sitting down around the fireplace, it is.
Thing now, people all over the world are going to be Saturday night.
We're taking commercial real estate news and making it mainstream.
That's right. Saturday night, coming together,
Rick and Eric are on the TV tube, especially if you have a smart TV.
We're going to be like the Ed Sullivan show, Jack and Gleason show.
Right?
Of commercial real estate.
We're excited. We want to thank our producer, Corey Woods, who came onto the team and joined us a couple months ago, put us on iTunes, put us on YouTube, really helped us market ourselves much more. No, he's not a talker. Rick. He's a doer.
Yeah.
We're the talkers, since, and he really helped us out and get a lot of promotions. So, shout out to him. Thanks a lot for that.
Yes, thank you, Corey. You're doing an unbelievable job.
He's actually videotaping us right now. It's weird that he's focused on my shoulders. But yeah, so thank you for everything. Thank you for our guests today. Thanks to our sponsors. Thank you, New England Real Estate Journal. We're doing such a great job.
Right.
The radio show is really taking off. We've actually got a second show.
That's right. The New York,
NYREJ. They love you, Rick. They love you.
That is on the UR Business Network. It's on the New York Real Estate Journal website.
Right.
It's also on iTunes as well.
And you didn't even tell everybody about at the Sherman-Williams when people knew who you were because of the radio show.
Sherman-Williams networking.
Yeah, you walked in and they were like, "Oh, you're Rick Kaplan."
Yeah, Rick Kaplan of the New England.
The voice of the New England Real Estate Journal radio show. You should have seen Rick was skipping through the hallways for 2 days after that.
People recognize me.
Skipping. Folks, skipping. That was skipping through our halls.
Yeah, but I appreciate them coming up and telling me that.
I know. He did a jump for Toyota right there. Love what you do for me. You guys remember those old commercials? We should have a Photoshop GIF of you doing that.
I'm going to have to cut you off, Eric.
What else is new?
On and on and on. But I want to thank our sponsors, New England Restaurant Brokers, NEBFM 2014, and Dono of North Hartford, Connecticut. They're also a sponsor of our show. Did I leave anyone out?
The New England Real Estate Journal.
New England Real Estate Journal and Command Security.
Command Security Corporation.
And I want to thank the New England Real Estate Journal, bringing together the commercial real estate industry for over 50 years. Find us at nerej.com. If you'd like to be a guest or sponsor for the show, call 800-654-4993 or email us at radio@nerej.com. Again, that's 800-654-4993 or email radio@nerej.com. And this deal is done.